Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Price with College Mindset and Happy New Year. I know it's already the middle of January. I can't believe it, but I wanted to make sure and wish everyone a Happy New Year. It's still the first month of the new year, right? So I think we can say Happy New Year till the end of January. One of my goals for 2020 is to do more videos like this and provide more information to a wider audience about the college process. I always say I don't think what I do in working individually with families should be privileged information. So my goal is to help more students and reach more students, and hopefully this will be a good way to do that. So for my first video for 2020, I wanted to give some details of what students should be focusing on in each year of high school for the winter and spring for the college process. So I want to start with my seniors. If you know a senior, be kind to them right now. Don't ask them about the college process. They are anxiously waiting for decisions. I heard from several of my students that the holidays were tough because they received a lot of questions. So if you know a senior, just give them a hug. That's probably what they need right now. Now, if you are a senior, you might be working to finish up a few applications. There are some colleges that have January 15th, which is tomorrow, and February 1st deadline, so make sure you get those wrapped up. You also might be preparing for interviews. Now is a busy time for alumni interviews for schools that offer those opportunities. Some students may be interviewing for honors programs or scholarships at specific colleges and universities. So I will go ahead and post my admissions interview guide, and it can give you a lot of great sample questions that you can use for any of those types of interviews. So make sure and check that out. I'll put it in the comments. Other things you might be working on, making sure those applications are complete. So if you need to send mid-year grade reports, those need to be sent similar to how you requested initial transcripts, so through your high school. So make sure you look and see if you have any colleges requiring mid-year grade reports and get those sent out. And lastly, scholarships. I know seniors are burned out, they're done writing essays, they don't want to focus on scholarships, but now is a good time to do so. Going Merry is one of my favorite resources for scholarships. It's kind of like the Common App for scholarships. You can search for scholarships and apply through them to them straight from a Going Merry account. So check that out. Okay, juniors. This is a busy time for the college process for juniors. You should still just getting your feet wet. You should have an initial list of schools that you're looking at and planning campus visits for the winter and spring. So the message I sent to my juniors yesterday, if you want to visit schools, get that planned now. Campus tours do fill up. So make sure that you figure out your travel plans and you plan those campus visits. Another thing is a testing plan. So if you haven't done so already, sit down, look at either the ACT or the SAT calendar, make sure you have those marked in terms of when you're going to take them, and get registered for those exams. Also look at the testing policies for the schools and programs you're interested in. So some schools may not require SAT subject tests, but the engineering program may highly recommend them, and they may highly recommend certain ones. So if you do need SAT subject tests, make sure you work that into your testing plan. So that's really important. Also figure out how you're going to prep for your standardized testing. So make sure you have a solid testing plan in place. Let me look at my notes real quick. The other things for juniors is make sure that you're thinking about courses for senior year. When you're planning your senior year courses, make sure you're meeting all the requirements if there are any for the schools that you are applying to. You also should be thinking about summer planning. How are you going to use those few months in the summer? And I think that was about it for juniors. And now sophomores. So sophomores, this is a good time to do practice campus visits. So similar to juniors, if there are colleges you want to go see. Right now, sophomores, I really encourage students to just do their test visits. And what I mean by test visit is visit local colleges in your area Try to visit colleges that offer a variety in terms of size, location, different types of location, and academic offerings. So you're just doing these visits to kind of figure out what you like and you don't like in a college experience. Another thing with sophomores, similar to seniors, start looking for scholarships. I encourage students to look for scholarships early in their process because, like I said, once you get to second semester senior year, you're pretty done and you don't want to have to look for scholarships. So if you can line up a few scholarships that you know you will apply for in the future, get familiar with the scholarship application sites, now is a good time to do that. Sophomores also start thinking about summer planning and what kinds of goals you want to accomplish over the summer. And then, of course, your classes for junior year. Freshmen, so freshmen, second semester freshman students, I know you're still adjusting to high school. This is a great time to look back on your first semester and say what went well, what didn't go well, what skills do I need to build on, so that can be study skills, time management skills, and figuring out what those resources are to help you in those areas. You can also start thinking about your classes ahead for sophomore year and also your summer planning as well. So if you have any questions on any of those tips, please let me know. I'm happy to help, and I hope you found those tips helpful for you as you plan the next few months.